boys and girls. Welcome to another broadcast of the Lawrence Report. On tonight's broadcast, we will be discussing episode 5 of Found. Now, so far in this series right here, we have seen an array of different people that have been missing. We've seen missing children, we've seen a missing gay person, and now we see a missing Latino immigrant. The name of this one right here is called Missing While Undocumented. Now, on this episode right here, we meet a young lady by the name of Sasha Mercado. And of course, a lot of times, as you know, whenever you are, unfortunately, sometimes an illegal immigrant in the country, you're trying to fly low, under the radar. You may do things such as cutting your hair, for an example, or changing your last name, trying to make sure that you don't get caught up by ICE, And right off the bat, we see Gabby. She's debating about the ashes about her father. She was thinking like, should I spread my ashes of my father? Should I, keep my ashes of my father? And that's something deep for her, something personal. But at the same time, as I was saying, we do meet Sasha's family. They come to Gabby's precinct, hoping to put out a lead and try to find their missing loved one. We find out she is a 21-year-old Honduran young lady that's studying pre-med. So, she's already smart. She has a good head on her shoulders. But unfortunately, she got caught and tangled into the wrong crowd. So the team assembles together and they head to this apartment complex, right? And the apartment complex is ransacked, is ran down, and they discover, that there's a man inside the apartment complex. So we don't know who the man is quite yet, but we are about to find out. So the man inside the apartment complex, he's actually hiding, and he actually hits Don with, I believe, a baseball bat. So Don is struck, and he tries to hit Gabby. I thought he was going to take Gabby out for a second, but he tries to hit Gabby, and she catches the bat or whatever, or the wood. I can't remember which one it was, but she catches it, and she asks him, "Who are you?" And allegedly, this guy says, "Hey, I'm Sasha's brother." But later on down the road, we're gonna find out if he's telling the truth or not. At the same time, they ask him a couple questions like, what are you about? Why are you here? And he's like, well, I've been on searching for my sister since she disappeared and things of that nature. And at the same time, unfortunately, Margaret, she gets a piece of news that she think may help her when it comes to finding her son. There's this wall with a picture of her son, and somebody takes one of the flyers down, and she thinks that, oh my God, well, maybe this is the hope I've been looking for, because like we said, if you've been watching the series, you know that Margaret's son has been missing for quite some time at this bus station. She goes out like every day, every night, hoping to see her son again. And, she thinks she has a potential lead. But, we're going to see down the road if this is a potential lead or not. So getting back to Sasha, they track her down. And I love the fact that, how Don, Don, for me, he's kind of like Gabby's Hulk in a way. Whatever the light work is, Don is able to do it. But at the same time, Don himself, we see in this episode that Don is dealing with some demons himself. Everybody on this show is dealing with something when it comes to a missing loved one, or some of them themselves have been captured. We found out that Don, he revealed that, hey, I was once captured. I was actually captured for 3 years. And, while the team is, working on this case right here, Trent, Officer Trent, he's also discovering, when it comes to this missing about the brother, he realized that, that's not her actual brother. That's actually one of the sex traffickers. So the guy who I said earlier who tried to hit Gabby and them was actually lying. He was a part of like a sex traffic ring. Later, we do find out that Sasha's real brother actually does meet Gabby and her team, and as they continue to try to search for her, and they do end up finding her, but at the same time, Don, he takes out Um, they discover, actually, I should backtrack. Actually, they end up going to a hotel where they find out where Sasha may currently be. And you know, the team gathers, and so Don and Officer Trent, they team up together, of course, with Gabby, and they find out that the guy who was a part of the sex trafficking thing is actually in this hotel. They're like in a kitchen, whatever, looking for Sasha. So Trent and Don, they end up, you know, coming together to take this guy down, and they do so. And as I said, Margaret, unfortunately, we find out some bad news for her. The person who took the paper was just actually using it to spit out a piece of gum. And of course, you know, she's emotional. She's crying. She's like, you know, I can't give up on my son. I believe he is going to return one day. And, you know, my heart hurts for her. I'm hoping by the end of this series, well, by the end of this season right here, that we are going to see Margaret's son. That's my hope for her. Don, you know, he's going through a lot right now. You know, going back to Don, he's going through a lot. And he ends up, you know, basically teaming up with, so Don teams up with Zeke. He realizes that, you know, I'm in need of a friend, right? I need somebody to talk to. I just need to be around somebody so I don't let my feelings, you know, overtake me. And that's one thing that, you know, Gabby has been pressing since his first episode, that Don and Zeke, you know, that these guys, you know, form a brotherhood, you know. So I'm happy to see this right here. At the same time, you know, I was slightly worried when I did see Sir, as he's working out, he takes a piece of wood, you know, a piece of wood falls down whenever he's working out. And I thought that just maybe he may try to take that piece of wood and try to kill Gabby. Instead, he doesn't. He even tells her himself that, you know, I took this wood right here, and, you know, I'm not going to try to kill you. And one thing I thought, you know, Gabby is trying to, you know, she was trying to solve this case on her own, but of course she does eventually end up coming to Sir, and once again he gives her a couple of tips, and you know, they team up on the case right here. But like I said, I'm enjoying this series right here. If you are watching it, make sure you check it out. And how on earth did I figure this right here? Of course, Sasha is found and she's returned to her family. But yeah, as I was saying, if you guys are liking this series right here, you know, feel free to comment. Let me know what you think about it. As always, if you like what you see here today, feel free to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And as always, thank you for tuning in to the Lawrence Report.